Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to I Got Something to Say. I think it's day 26 of the vlog. Damn, I got to count. I got to be sure. Thank you for keeping with me. I appreciate it. Nothing really pissed me off today. What else? What gay issues? Oh, yeah, and if I haven't said this, I'm going to try and say this and make sure you understand. Stay in community. No gap in unity. Understand that we can accomplish everything as a gay community if we stand together, strong and unified, not in conflict with each other. Don't let these people see us in discord. Let's come together as much as possible, okay? With Conversation Rules the Nation, information backs it up. I got that from the Black History of Atlanta, learn something. Okay. There was, yes, the Southern Poverty Law Center. There was a good article, and the Huffington Post gave voices today. The name of the article was, is being Christian anti-gay, or is being a Christian part of being anti-gay? And I kind of wrote something to that. My article for the day was the enemies of equality, the SPLC recognition of hate groups, because both articles kind of deal with what categorizes a hate group, why does the SPLC can have a hate group watch list. And if you don't really know, the SPLC, that's the Southern Poverty Law Center, they have been fighting injustice longer than some of us have been alive. They've been doing this since the 60s, dude. The Southern Poverty Law Center has been in there for the black community, any minority. They're doing this for immigration. They're fighting any type of injustice. And we should be honored as gay people that they really see us as a cause worthy of their time. Because let me tell you, the Southern Poverty Law Center, they go after big cases. They smash hate groups down in the courtroom, getting millions and millions of dollars, knowing that they may not be able to get the payment, but whatever they get, they shut great hate groups down. They did it to the KKK. They've done it to a lot of hate groups, and we should be honored that they really accept us in that fashion and fight for in their aspect the downtrodden and the poverty-stricken, and anybody who's in need, of course. So, the Southern Poverty Law Center, they've been through this before. This ain't a new rodeo for them. This ain't the first time at this show. So they've been fighting hate groups and people who have been against inequality. And of course, the shooting last week, you have FRC President Tony Perkins shooting off his mouth, talking about it was the Southern Poverty Law Center's hate watch list. So they're on that watch list, the Family Research Council. They're on the SPLC's hate group watch list. And some people are like, well, you can't stop clarifying every damn group that's not for what you want as a hate group. So because they're not for equality of marriage for everybody, they're not a hate. They're not a hate group. Just because they're not for what you want, what the SPLC and what everybody of equality wants, that doesn't consider them to be hateful. And my article kind of goes into extremism a little bit. Just what is an extremist? Because the watch list is for hate groups and extremist groups. So my whole thing about it is I compared this in comparison to Jesus of Nazareth. Because at one point Jesus was considered a hate monger or extremist because he was toppling whole governments with his talk of peace and love and unity for all. And so the big difference, and of course the author of the article in the Huffington Post, he was bringing up the fact that Christians always do something in the name of God. They always hate in the name of God. They always don't want you to have freedom and liberty in the name of God. But that's something that's been going on for thousands of years. Anytime that someone oppress a people or someone to keep the rights that anybody inherently deserves, especially from the Constitution, from a people, they want to bring God right into it. God is toppling systems forever. So, my thing of it is that it's not, and I'll just say this for you, I don't think it's Christian. I don't think that makes you an extremist or makes you a hate group. Or even if you have a strong opinion about it, that doesn't make you a hate monger either. What makes you a hate group or extremist is that when you use your money, talent, power, and time to to literally keep those rights that belong to a people and gather other people unto you for the same cause, that is an extreme group. I'm going to keep you from being happy by any means necessary. So that's extreme. So I talked about that today. Also, I did another article that didn't make the news stream, but it's called not We the People. Is it We the People? No, that was yesterday. Yes. It talked about the feminist group. Sorry, off my head for a moment. It talked about abortion. Well, it wasn't abortion. It was about rape. And the name of the article was thank God it's too bad gay men can't get pregnant or we won't be legitimately raped. And yeah, I know, strong headline, but I just want to bring out that, you know, if it's Tony Aiken who made the stupid ass fucking statement talking about if it's legitimate rape only has to deal with pregnancy being involved. And I'm thinking, well, yeah, okay, now I got enough of a gay issue. I can't be digging in women's rights. But I didn't realize, I keep forgetting that this real issue of rape has to do with women's rights. And what it really has to do with is abortion. Okay, so and I did some research, and this whole thing about rape, and this is an issue that has been around longer than many people think. It isn't something that just came out. It's been something that's going on since the 70s, and the feminist movement and abortion, that's been going on longer than that. But the thing about it is that Tony Aiken made this, of course, a stupid statement, which Republicans are trying to get away from him faster than two magnets that can repel each other. Shit, they'd rather go to shit faster. And you know, my thing on it is, and he retracted the statement. Tony Aiken did, saying it was a mistake. He might continue on running because the Republican Party is literally calling for this motherfucker to disappear. And my thing on it is that he made a mistake. Everybody does. If that really was a mistake, which I really don't think it was, I think he really said what he wanted to say. If you do the research, he has been for this legalized, legitimate rape shit for the longest time. I brought up the fact about what about gay men who's raped? What about any man who's raped? What about any man in jail who's been raped over and over? Is that legitimate rape? But of course, the issue in this case doesn't have anything to do with the man, so no one's really thought about it. And that was my whole issue. This case of legitimate rape has nothing to do with rape. It has to do with abortion. And it has to do with the fact that people either making in runs or stopping in runs around the abortion laws. So, let's call it what it is. A duck is a duck. What it is abortion. And I just wrote a whole article about that and wanted to state my opinion. Hopefully it all came together. I'm not going to take up too much of your time. I am Gregory Kelly, and as usual, love saying my name. Peace the fuck out.